Hi, my name's Elijah Roman. This is my senior project. The essential question is, what are the steps to creating a documentary on hiking in New England using a variety of different mountains, trails, and sites? The outline is my mentor slide, why I chose this topic, specific mountains that I hiked, and reflections and questions. My mentor was Mr. Bigelow. I picked him because he enjoys hiking. He's super fit and in shape. He has pretty good ideas, and I have his class every day, so it's easy to get in contact with him when I need to. For a vision of a graduate, I chose communication, or for what I chose for communication is keeping a positive attitude toward other hikers on a trail and spreading motivation to others. Say I see a hiker who's starting to slow down or maybe debating whether or not they should continue going, I just give them a high five or something and tell them that they're doing a good job. For critical thinking, I did hiking clears your mind and really helps ground you in reality. Every time I've gone hiking and I've been in a bad mental spot or just out of it in general, hiking normally helps keep me down to the ground and really process my resources, I guess. For collaboration, I said, I had to talk to friends to figure out good times and schedule hikes everyone could make. For Mount Monadnock, it took a lot of communication between me, Oliver, and Nathan to kind of decide when we'd go and how long we'd be gone. And for character, I said I try my best to be a positive influence when I'm passing other hikers on the trail. What made me choose this? I said it seemed fun. I've been hiking a majority of my life. My mom and I did it a lot. I was inspired by a hike I did in September with Oliver, Nathan, and Gabe, where we went up Mount Monadnock, and that was just a lot of fun for me, and we're about halfway up, and I decided this is going to be my senior project. It's something I've done before. Like I said, I've been doing this a majority of my life. I've had a lot of fun with it. I love the views, and on good days, it's really, really nice. And I just enjoy being with my friends, and it's a good escape for all of us instead of staying inside all day. What did I hope to accomplish? I wanted to hopefully inspire the underclassmen to maybe take this up because it's fun, it's nice with friends, and it's decently easy depending on what you actually choose your essential topic to be. Hit all my deadlines, get all my research reports in on time, get hikes in when I could, and then make a successful video. Just take a ton of pictures, put some facts down, and put some music in it, and just try and get it to at least 4 minutes, and then spend more time outdoors. With work and whatnot, I'm inside a lot, and then I just don't have a lot of people to go outside with when they're not working. For the timeline, for fall, I hiked Mount Wachusett and Mount Monadnock. During the winter, I mostly just researched because I couldn't hike with all the snow. And for the spring, I went up Noon Hill and tried to organize a group hike and made a documentary. And that was pretty much all I did. For my first research topic, I did local New England mountains, potential mountains to hike. You got a list of whatnot that you can't really read. And the site I looked at, it gave me a lot of really good mountains and a lot of good reviews on said mountains. Plenty of mountains to choose from, and it separated them by difficulty, which could just be how long the hike could be or how high the mountain could go. For my second research topic, I did benefits of hiking. It increases your physical activity. It helps with cardiovascular health. It lowers your risk of getting diabetes, lowers the risk of cancer, and helps burn fat. For preparing for a hike was my third research topic. Training for bigger mountains. Every mountain you climb is a test and helps you get stronger to do a bigger hike. And then you have to purchase this necessary equipment, whether that could be water, it could be a radio, food, a tent if you're doing an overnight hike. Ask fellow hikers for advice. If I ever had a problem or a question that I wanted for future hikes, I could ask someone on the trail or my mother. I could reach out to people around me. Like I said, I could reach out to my mom, my stepfather, people who I know who've done hiking. and then scout trails beforehand. You could go halfway up a trail and back down, just kind of get a basis of what the trail would be. For finding mountains was my third research topic. You can find, with the site, you could find a lot of really nice mountains that had a map, and you could type in your area code, and you could choose the difficulty of which you wanted to hike, and it'd give you mountains that are relatively in your area and easy to get to. It's very easy to choose because you can choose via where you want to go, how high and how difficult you want it to be. It lists it off by difficulty. You have easy, intermediate, and hard, and pretty much self-explanatory for those. Its main difference was it based them off of miles instead of like height. So depending on how long it could be would vary in difficulty. And it gave information on each mountain. So when you clicked on the mountain you wanted to choose, it'd provide information and whatnot for you to look at and help you choose if that was a mountain you'd like to hike. So for my final product progress, this is a picture of the software I used to make the video, and this is my final product. It's just a little inside of what the video would look like. These are pictures from mostly Noon Hill. And these are some more pictures. Things that went well were the hikes in general were amazing. We always went on good weather days. The sites were amazing. It was very educational. If you ever talk to a hiker on the trail, people who live in that area could give you a lot of amazing insight in different mountains you could go and hike. I was able to plan around and overcome most of the problems that arose. For instance, trying to plan a hike with a lot of people didn't really go all too well because I got sick and I had to cancel. And then the second time, it just didn't really go to plan. My time management was decent. I was able to space out the hikes well enough to where I could focus on schoolwork and other work that I had to do, whether it be family or actual work. And then overall production was easy and fun to do. Going up to the mountains and taking the pictures was really fun. Taking videos of the mountains, which I did include in the actual video. And just being with my friends, it was super easy, and we all took pictures and we had a lot of fun. Things that could have gone better, I wish I had found more times to do a couple more hikes. I procrastinated a lot, so I wasn't able to do a lot of hikes. But I tried to get out as much as I could. I could have done longer hikes, with a lot of my time. I wasn't able to go do a couple mile hikes. I was only able to do 3-4 mile hikes, so that was upsetting for me. But I wish I didn't procrastinate as much. I could have gone a lot more hikes and made the video a lot longer, and that would have been a lot of fun for me. And then done hikes with a larger group of people. I could have put more time and effort into doing so. What did I learn? I learned how to better time. I learned time management. I learned how to better manage my time, between schoolwork, work, and actual hiking. Preparation. I learned how to better prepare for hikes, whether it be bringing more water or reducing the backpack I wore by weight, so I wasn't constantly having to take breaks and catch my breath. For health, I learned how to take better care of my health because hiking helps with cardiovascular and whatnot, and I was able to improve my health over time. And problem solving, I faced a lot of struggles while hiking, whether it be procrastination or like the weight of anything I was carrying that was making the hike take longer than it was supposed to be. Over time, I learned that for me specifically, I would bring about 50 pounds of things with me, and that would get me up and down the mountain in a decent amount of time. Any advice for rising seniors? Have your project as a constant thought in your mind. You don't want to only think about it when it's actually time to do something for it. Don't wait until the last minute to start getting it done. You know, you want to, if you're able to get it done halfway through the year, then that's pretty good, and you can just focus on actually doing the slideshow and making your research topics. Make it something that you'll enjoy. That way you don't look at it as a chore and actually something that you can have fun doing. And include your friends, because it makes it a lot more fun, and you can have a lot better memories of it when you look back on it. And I want to thank Mr. Bigelow and Ms. Graham. And does anyone have any questions?